Hi, my name is Betsy Balkcom, and I'm going to help you answer this question. I have my oils, now what? So often you get that kit, you're so excited. When it shows up on your door and you open it up, you're not totally sure what to do next. It can feel a little bit overwhelming. So I've been both a student and a teacher of essential oils and doTERRA products for the past 7 years, and I'm going to do my best at helping you understand what you can do as soon as you get your kit of essential oils. So let's jump in. This is some of my favorite practical information. Chances are you got started with a kit that looks something like this. The Healthy Start Kit includes 10 oils and a good diffuser. The Healthy Essentials Kit, same, just bigger bottles, a few different oils, and also a great diffuser. The Healthy Habits Kit includes essential oils, but also supplements. No matter what kit you got started with, I'm just going to give you some starter pointers, okay? So let's jump in. The first thing you want to do is open your bottles, please. Don't let your bottles live in a box, because those boxes are so pretty and they look very cute together and very organized, and it's tempting to just keep them all tucked away, maybe even behind a closed cabinet. But the best thing you can do is get all of your essential oils out, put cap stickers on the lids, because that makes organization really easy. That way, then you can take your oils and put them where you're going to use them. And this is really important. If you got a kit and you have lavender and frankincense, and those are the oils that you like for calming and sleep, put those oils in your bedroom. If you got On Guard because you want to help clean the air and keep it in a space, maybe for like a living room or a kitchen, put that oil out on your kitchen counter where you're going to see it every day. Just very basic and practical, but this is where a lot of people kind of go wrong, is that they leave their oils all in one spot, they're out of sight, and they don't really know what to do. So I'm that girl who's going to tell you, please crack them all open, give them each a smell, and remind yourself, why did I get these oils? To use them, to put them in the kitchen, put them in the bathroom, put them even in your purse or a pouch. And when you have a cap sticker on the top of it, you can easily like look down and identify, okay, there's my purple lavender, or there's my green tea tree, or there's my blue breathe. You'll just begin to be able to grab your oil a lot faster. If you didn't, for whatever reason, get a kit, get a sheet of cap stickers when you got your kit, that is okay. You can just add that to your wish list. They're like 50 cents, and that's a great little oil accessory for you to have. During this call, I'll help you keep track of my like personal hypothetical wish list for somebody who's new that might not have some of the things that I really think everybody needs. And cap stickers is definitely one of them. Okay, next thing is to just read about an oil or a problem. When you came to doTERRA, it was either for one of those two things. Either you had a cousin who was like, you can't live without On Guard, and you were like, okay, you don't really know what you don't know, but you know that you want a new version of non-toxic cleaning in your home that also smells good. If that's you and you have a reference book, might be one of the ones pictured here, you can simply open your reference book up, right to the protective blend to On Guard, and read about it. You can read the studies done on the different essential oils in that blend, like cinnamon and clove and citrus. Maybe you came to essential oils because you have a very specific problem. Let's say that you have a problem with allergies, for instance. If that's you, then get your reference book out. Hopefully you got some type of a hard copy reference book given to you, even if it was as simple as a pamphlet that will just give you a quick guide to essential oils and their quick uses. And so just pull out your reference book and look at allergies and just begin to read the different protocols and the ways that you could use the oils for that specific problem. Another thing that is great to have, especially when you're new, is access to a big Facebook group. And that's why I put that on here, because so often it's easy to turn to Google and you'll get really conflicting essential oil advice. But if you go into a Facebook group and search in that feature, it's kind of like Google for oilers. You'll get threads that you can pull up from years ago, people who have been using doTERRA essential oils for so many health concerns, and then you can connect with a real person in real time and read their protocols. And then I just want to put this thought in your mind. Oils are plants. And that means that the way that they respond in the body is intelligent, and it's also very versatile. Kind of like saying, well, what salad should I eat to be healthy? I mean, all of them, like, do you ever make the same salad twice? Probably not, because salads are diverse and you don't have to know every single thing that cauliflower and red pepper and asparagus does for your health. When you do know and you dive into finding that out, it's of course so inspiring, and you're more likely to reach for those vegetables more. But even if you don't know exactly what good thing fruits and vegetables are doing in your body on a scientific level, that's okay. And the same is true with essential oils. Sometimes it can be very overwhelming. If you're like, well, this reference book had these 4 oils for sleep, but this app told me these 6 oils for sleep, and only 3 of them are the same oil. Like, which is the right answer? It's kind of like all of them. Okay, so one oil has so many different uses. Just in the oil of peppermint alone, you know that you can use it for a headache, you can use it for an upset stomach, it cools the body, it's great for the airways, and it's very energizing. So there's not many things that you can use otherwise from your medicine cabinet that's going to give you that type of diversity. But oils are plants, and that's what plants do for us. Another thing is that one problem can be addressed by many different oils. So somebody might say, well, I use this for my sciatica, and another person will say, well, I use this, and they might not be the same thing. Don't let that overwhelm you, okay? Hope that makes sense. Okay, you might be asking some questions like this. What do I need to know about oil safety? That's a great question. I want to tackle it. Is there anything I shouldn't mix together? How exactly do I use these oils? Like, please be specific. And then also, like, I ran out of something. What's the best way to reorder? So let's jump into this. Okay, the first thing I want to do is just inspire you that the power of diffusing is incredible. And this is something that you can use to actually change how you feel. You can use aroma to give your body different cues in the same way that, like, a bad smell, maybe like an old trash can, an unflushed toilet, a super smoky car might be like, ugh. But on the other hand, like fresh baked bread or something bubbling on the stovetop can be so inviting and warming. The same is absolutely true. We can use our diffusers like a thermostat to set the temperature for a room. So when you find out the smells that you like, you open every single bottle of oil you got in your order, and you really just like the one that you love, use that oil first in your diffuser. So here's some diffuser tips. Always fill to the water line, don't overfill. Use about 4 to 10 drops in a diffuser at a time, depending on what you're using. The answer is that no, there's nothing that you shouldn't mix. Like, nothing is gonna blow up, okay? So there might be some smells that are a little bit conflicting. Some smells are very herbaceous and strong, like thyme and oregano, and those might not be your favorite smells to diffuse, but they're very, very effective. So you choose. But it's like a crock pot. You set it up and you forget it, and then it's a really indirect and efficient way to get oils in your home and in your body. And then one thing I like to do is keep a carafe of water beside your diffuser along with the oils that you like to diffuse the most in that room, and that'll just make it that much easier rather than unplugging and carrying your diffuser to the sink and back. If you just keep a nice pitcher there of water, and it can be decorative or whatever, and then you can outsource that job to one of your older children or a teenager or anybody in your house and just say, please, every morning, would you fill up the diffuser and add 4 drops of On Guard? And then once every couple weeks, you might notice that your diffuser smells a little off. That even if it doesn't smell off, please do yourself a favor and just clean it. Bring your diffuser into your kitchen, put about 1/4 a cup, maybe less, like a couple splashes of white vinegar in your diffuser, fill it up with water, and just let it sit for about 10 minutes. And then pour it out, wash it out with your hand or cloth. And it will sometimes develop like an orange film in your diffuser because of diffusing On Guard or Citrus Bliss or Wild Orange. And that's really normal. But if your diffuser, if you want it to smell really true, you'll do well to really just clean it every so often, and that will help it function well and stay good. Here are some really common diffuser blends just for immunity. So if you find out that someone was sick and you were just with them, if you have somebody that does get sick and they need support for cleansing the air, killing germs, helping the body stay in a state of good respiratory health, something that's going to really maybe brighten the air like peppermint and help promote good breathing, you can put any combination of these oils in a diffuser by your bed. On Guard, lemon, tea tree, or melaleuca, oregano. I don't really diffuse oregano unless someone is really like, maybe has like something gnarly going on. But I love to put oregano on the body, which we will talk about. And then also after like sickness has gone through the house and you strip the beds, On Guard, lemon, and peppermint, such a great diffuser blend to just freshen the house. Citrus Bliss is an oil that if you don't have it, it's like citrus and vanilla, that dreamsicle smell. It's an instant happy. It's a crowd pleaser. So I keep a bottle of Citrus Bliss beside the diffuser in my living room. This is a go-to for me, both in the power of it and also the smell. I love this combination of On Guard and Breathe. It's clean, it's fresh, it hits the respiratory tract. I put about 3 drops of each in my diffuser. And then allergies. This time of year, if you're very snotty, you have too much mucus, you need lemon. Nature's antihistamine is lavender, and peppermint opens the airways. So 2 drops each of those oils in your diffuser at night, all night long, by the bed for anyone who suffers from seasonal allergies, and then as well during the day. And then, of course, we love diffusing for sleep. This is what will help you understand that oils are not all in your head. It's not a placebo effect, because anything that you can't control with your conscious mind is not a placebo. If your essential oils help you go to sleep and stay asleep, then your mind isn't even working, right? You're just receiving those effects subconsciously, which is incredible, because we know that this is one of the things that is a game changer for people in their health. When they realize that they can actually get a better night's sleep using plants, and they don't have to turn to something else that makes them feel groggy or gives them bad side effects. So these are some of the most popular essential oils you might turn to for that, like Balance, lavender, Serenity, Breathe, especially for snoring or any kind of congestion. I don't know what I would have done without Breathe as a mom that has, like, when your kids are congested and they can't breathe, they're just a mess, and then everybody's a mess. Bergamot, Roman chamomile, those are some of those oils you probably didn't get when you enrolled, and that's okay, but those are just really common oils for good sleep. If you don't have Serenity, I highly suggest adding it to your wish list and putting about 4 to 6 drops in your diffuser at night for the perfect sleep diffuser blend. It's lavender, but also some other oils that are very calming to the body, like vetiver for the mind, Roman chamomile, vanilla, and Hawaiian sandalwood. So yummy. Okay, applying oils to the body. So let's talk a little bit about that. Actually taking your oils out of their bottles, putting them on you. How? So human touch releases endorphins, and those are natural painkillers. Endorphins are. They reduce pain and they help elevate the mood. So one of my favorite things about essential oils is that they actually put me in touch with my family. And that is in and of itself, it's a very powerful thing. So let's talk about dilution, safety, and how to make a rollerball. Okay, as a rule, I dilute every time when I'm applying essential oil to the body. And here's why. Because your essential oils, when they go on the body, they are going to be so much more effective, and they're going to last longer if you have a good carrier oil. So a carrier oil is something that just carries the essential oil. It's like a transportation for your oil. So it's fractionated coconut oil is the carrier oil that I use that doTERRA has. And anytime I'm working with babies, children, the elderly, or animals, I always dilute. Anytime you're using something like On Guard, peppermint, deep blue, oregano, cinnamon, clove, anything that you would cook with in the kitchen or you know has a spicy or very cooling sensation to the skin, I always dilute that as a rule. And so that means, like, for me, I would rather just make it a standard that I always dilute. Also, if you ever get oil in a sensitive area, like if you should touch your eye after you put some deep blue on your knee, then take your fractionated coconut oil and just give a little few drops, like the way you would a contact solution. And oil will actually tamp down the burning sensation of the essential oil, whereas water, like flushing with water, is just going to make an amplified sensation. It might not be as intuitive, but this is my beginner's tip for you. Always dilute with oil. And then this is a pump. This little pump that you can put on your fractionated coconut oil makes it so easy to do. Literally how is put a couple pumps or like a puddle of fractionated coconut oil in your palm, and then add a couple of your drops. If you're putting lavender on your child when they get out of the bath and you want to, massage their back with some lavender before sleep, down behind the backs of the knees, on the bottom of the feet, you're just going to do that. Put a couple pumps of fractionated coconut oil, a couple drops of lavender, 2 to 4, and then rub the body down. If you have just worked out and you're sore and you want some support for your aching muscles, you're going to use some deep blue, maybe some frankincense, same thing. Get your fractionated coconut oil out, add some oil to it, apply it to the body. When you don't dilute, on the left there, you'll see those little yellow molecules of the essential oil. They'll evaporate really quickly. So then you'll feel like you need about 10 to 20 drops to really cover a frozen shoulder, or after you had a procedure on your hip, or your quads if you're really sore. But if you have fractionated coconut oil, more isn't more. With essential oil, you can still use 2 to 4 drops, and really those essential oils are going to be held closer to the tissue longer if you weigh them down with some fractionated coconut oil, which is what you see there in blue. So the 3 reasons that you always want to dilute: number 1, it will absolutely protect sensitive skin. If you put digestin on your stomach a lot, because that's what you turn to anytime you have an upset stomach, over time, your abdomen will become very sensitive if you don't dilute. So please do that. Number 2, it'll stretch your essential oils. 1 to 2 drops is a serving. If you think about there being about 250 drops in a big bottle of oil, it will last you if you dilute properly and save you money in the long run. And 3, it will make the oils longer lasting on the tissue and more effective, and you'll stay friends with your family. Don't burn them. So $12 will get you some fractionated coconut oil. I think that little pump is like $4 or maybe $2. And you can just add that to your wish list. Okay, here's a safety tip for you. Do not drop essential oils into the nose, into your eyes, or into your ear canal. Let's talk about why. First of all, if you want to put oils in your nose, you don't need to, okay? Because there's a very efficient way that they go into those nasal passages in a way that's really effective. And this is one of my favorite ways to do that. It's called a sinus cup. So you're going to take a mug and put 2 drops of each of the oils here. You may even have all 4 of those oils in your starter kit already. So if you're somebody who's prone to a sinus infection, or if you're just like a snotty person and you want to really target your breathing and your mucous membranes, add some boiling water to the top of those, over top of your oils gently, and then just take a towel, cover, make a little tent, close your eyes, and breathe in slowly and gently, and you will feel and smell all of the effects of those tiny, lightweight molecules of essential oils going right into the place where you want them to. So you don't ever need to put an essential oil in your nose, okay? Here's another thing. Don't put oils in your ear. If you do want the effects of an essential oil for the ear canal, which is very common, you want essential oils for an earache, swimmer's ear, an ear infection, take 2 drops of basil, lavender, and tea tree, cut a cotton ball in half, put it on the cotton ball, and then just wedge it right into the ear. And the heat from the body's tissue will cause that oil to be absorbed right into that affected area. You can also dilute, of course, and apply that oil right around the ear bone, but don't ever drop essential oils down into your ear canal. Okay, here's another safety tip. Citrus oils are photosensitive. That means that the molecular structure of the DNA on our skin and a citrus essential oil lock together, and it causes a sunburn. Okay, so do not apply a citrus oil. Let's say you get Sharpie on your hand, and then you take your lemon and you rub it off, and then you just go right back to laying in the sun or sitting on a boat or doing some gardening. You will get a burn, all right? And there are blends that doTERRA offers that also have citrus oils in them. So this is a comprehensive list of essential oils that you want to take extra caution. You can take a picture of that with your phone and you can save it, okay? So make sure this doesn't really count if you have a citrus oil in your cleanser and you wash it off. That's fine. If you have citrus oil in your shampoo or something like that, it's okay. It's just if you're applying citrus oil directly to the skin and then you're going to be in the sun for a prolonged amount of time. Okay, let's just talk for a second about how to make a rollerball. If you go into the accessories section of your shopping cart, you'll find all kinds of little nifty tools that will help make oiling easier. Just like the pump for your fractionated coconut oil, you can get some empty amber roller balls. And this is a great way to put your oils to use right away. So you pick the recipe that you like, you add your essential oils to an empty roller, and then you fill it up, the rest of it, with fractionated coconut oil. You snap the roller ball on, put the lid on. And if you have a fun label, that's great. If you don't, you can just use the cap stickers that you got and stick them right to the side of your roller ball, and then you'll find those all over my life for a myriad of reasons. The ratio that you want to use is here. So for anybody who's 2 years or younger, you're going to use a fourth. Just fill your roller ball up like about a fourth full. You can even use less for a baby, but for anybody small, you're just going to use a small amount of essential oil and the rest will be carrier oil. For anybody who is, 6 years to an adult, you can go about half essential oil and half carrier oil. So that's just like a rough estimate to give you an idea of how many drops of oil per carrier oil you're going to use. And then here are some of my favorite blends. Excuse me. This is a great combination of oils for any kind of pain. I know this is head tension, but it's absolutely true for any kind of body pain. So peppermint, which is very distracting, deep blue, which has peppermint in it, frankincense, which is great for any type of inflammation. Put however many drops you want into your roller and then simply top your roller with fractionated coconut oil. Okay, that's a great one. If you're somebody who has, chronic headaches, or maybe you're recovering from something, or you're using this preventatively to help yourself stay in motion and stay healthy, this is a great blend. If you're somebody who has anybody in your family that has chronic issues with digestion, whether that's heartburn or acid reflux or nausea, constipation, maybe even a day like in the car, or air sickness, or getting off a roller coaster, or eating unfamiliar spicy food, I always have tummy taming oils on hand anytime I travel, anytime we do something like that. So getting on any kind of boat or playing, this is a great blend to have in a roller, and then you can just slip it in the pocket of your bag and just have it handy. Digestin is a favorite, and so is peppermint. A gentle detox bath is a great thing to do with your essential oils. Moving away from a roller ball now and just talking about other ways to use your oils topically, I love to combine essential oils and Epsom salt. And that's just going to make a really relaxing, nice bath. Epsom salts are pennies. And I always get the ones that are plain, that aren't already flavored with an essential oil, because I want to use my own like top-notch, premium, tested, safe essential oils. I don't want a cheap version of that already baked into my Epsom salt. When you get to the bottom of an essential oil, you can take your oil, you can use the lid to pop off that orifice so you don't like break your fingernail or have to use a butter knife. You can always just use the lid to pop the roller off or to pop the orifice off of your essential oil. You can also use the lid of your fractionated coconut oil to pop the orifice off and then put a pump on there if you choose to do that. But if you get to the bottom of like your frankincense, I always take the lid, pop the orifice off, and then just plunge it down in my Epsom salt and let that soak up every last drop of goodness. Or you can just add that empty bottle right to the bathtub and let all of the oils come out that way. But I never want to waste a drop of frankincense. Okay, incorporate oils into the rhythm of your life. So I was talking about how like putting oils on the body actually puts you in touch with your family. That can be really special. So every time you pay for a massage, by all means, bring your favorite oil, Aroma Touch or lavender or whatever your favorite smell is, copaiba and peppermint to a massage, and it will just really like ratchet that experience up a few notches. It's amazing. Give your kids a back rub before bed to calm and connect with them. This is one of the best parts of our day. So pick the oil, whether it's Serenity or Peace or Balance or Lavender, and give your kids a nice back rub or a foot rub before bed. And always bring your oils with you anytime you have any type of like dental work or dental, like anything that would make you sore, or a chiropractic adjustment or therapy before or after, whether it's physical or emotional. Just think about how you can incorporate oils into the things that you do already. And then lastly, let's talk about being healthy from the inside out and your ability to use essential oils that doTERRA is sourcing with scrutiny and testing very, very intentionally and systematically. You can use those oils. They're like medical grade. You can use them internally for good health. And, if you've ever chewed gum or used like a neon blue colored mouthwash or salad dressing or drank a soda, you have by all means consumed essential oils. So no mistakes about it. Like, there are essential oils that we're consuming constantly. So this is just a way to use the pure version of an essential oil for health, which is awesome. But just keep in mind that these protocols are only for doTERRA oils. If you stumble into some random health food store, there's a bottle of lemon for $6.99 and you turn it over and it says not intended for internal use, I'm not talking about those oils. I'm talking about doTERRA oils. And here are the ways you can use them. You can add them to water, just like this lady. You can take them in a veggie capsule, or you can buy them in a soft gel. So let me tell you what I mean. Here is a good guide for consuming essential oils internally. And if you think about like just using common sense, if you have a veggie capsule of 2 to 5 drops of an essential oil, you're still not going to hit 24 drops in a 24-hour period if you take 3 of those a day. Okay. So you would have to be really, really like pounding a lot of essential oils to have too much. So just as a rule of thumb, 12 to 24 drops in a 24-hour window. Consider that you're sleeping from 8 of those hours. Let's just say you're going to be good. Okay. So you put a couple drops of oil in water, if you put oil in your water bottle, and then you've got a lot of leeway there for using your essential oils effectively for so many different health concerns, whether it's digestive, immune support, pain relief, your daily protocols that you find in that reference book, and you realize, okay, these are the oils that my body really agrees with. But this is a very effective way to use your essential oils. And you can start by putting a couple drops of oil in your water bottle if you like that. I personally don't. I don't put oils in my water bottle all the time unless I really want to taste it, and I'll make myself a concoction of like lime and tangerine and wild orange. But for the most part, I personally love to take oils as they come in a soft gel, which I'll tell you about. But if you like to put cinnamon, that's another one. Like, I don't put it in my water bottle, I'll put it in a glass because I like to switch it up, and then I'm always having to try to like get the smell out of my water bottle. So I put a couple drops of cinnamon in a glass of water and fill it up. It's so spicy, but I personally love it. I love the taste of cinnamon, and it's amazing for helping regulate the blood sugar, for curbing cravings and blood sugar spikes, which can lead to like really wanting to eat a lot of sweets. And it's really, really good for the immune system and for oral health. So that's one of my personal favorites, but also people absolutely love to put a drop or two of grapefruit or tangerine or wild orange or lemon in their water. And then that smell and that taste causes them to remember to drink more water. So play around with your oils and find out what you like to taste. And then that's just a no-brainer, is to consume your essential oils like that. Okay, remember this blend from Allergies for your diffuser. You can also use this internally. So you can take a shot glass of water, fill it about halfway full, put 2 drops of each, lemon, lavender, and peppermint. This was a complete revolution for me. I used to have to take an allergy pill every single day, and I used a specific blend of essential oils that helped me completely move away from that. And it also comes all ready for you, all ready to go in a soft gel, and that is called Tri-Ease. So if you're somebody who maybe like before or after yard work, when you wake up in the morning during the spring, you find yourself having a lot of like congestion and sneezing, you can take a couple of these Tri-Ease soft gels, and that is a really effective natural solution. I love this alternative. So Tri-Ease soft gels is by all means something that you might want to add to your wish list. Okay, and then you can also make your own capsule. So this would be like your immune bomb, right? This is what you're going to use if you're like, I can't be sick. A couple drops of On Guard, frankincense, oregano, lemon, and I like to use peppermint as well. It will open the airways. And I do this, 2 to 3 times a day if I'm feeling really run down and under the weather. And this would be like my version of a, like echinacea or something like that. Okay, and then another thing that you can do when it comes to using your essential oils topically is you can use that veggie capsule as a suppository. And the way that I like to do this is start, especially if you're dealing with a young baby, just with nothing but coconut oil. So I'll take a veggie capsule. These are like $4. You can add them to your cart. Take a veggie cap, fill it up with like fractionated coconut oil, coat it with fractionated coconut oil, and insert it. And sometimes that's really all you need to stimulate the bowel. And then you can also dilute, like you do, put a couple pumps of fractionated coconut oil and a drop of lavender, or a drop of cardamom is a very gentle and effective oil for the digestive system, or a drop of digestin, and just rub the abdomen in a clockwise direction. For an adult, you could put like 2 to 3 drops of digestin in the palm with some carrier oil and apply it right over the abdomen. You can also put a drop in a veggie capsule with fractionated coconut oil. Make sure you coat it really well with FCO on the outside, and then insert it. And that can be very effective for going to the bathroom. So there's a little tip for you. And then, okay, this is one of my favorite things, but when it comes to taking essential oils internally, there's very few ways that I like it more than in a throat drop form, because they're so effective. The On Guard throat drops have clove, which numbs a sore throat. The Breathe drops, I have them here because if I'm presenting and I have a tickle, or if I need to open the airways, incredible. For postnasal drip, for public speaking, for immune protection if you're out in public right now and you want to just tuck an On Guard throat drop in your cheek. It is so, so nice. And those are like $12. And that's a really like an easy way, a non-threatening way. No one feels like they have to learn anything special to use essential oils effectively in the body. So it's great for kids because, they're sucking on a lozenge that has been infused with these powerful healthy essential oils. Okay, and then the ultimate internal use product, hands down, when it comes to the change that I have personally seen and what so many people in doTERRA would say, improved digestion, brain fog, body pain, hormone regulation, energy, inflammation, blood pressure, all types of different things that beset us that we're constantly trying to, stay on top of our health. The thing that I would point to, and as also has a blend of essential oils in it that you would be taking internally, and that is Lifelong Vitality. It's doTERRA's #1 selling product, and it hits the body on so many different levels. It's kind of like if you think about having potholes in a street, we all do our best. We all do our best that we can with the budget that we have and the access that we have to eat foods that are whole and that feed the body on a nutritional level. But even at that, in 2020, it's really easy to have potholes in your diet nutritionally. And then you feel that. You kind of are always flying at half-mast and limping along, not fully nourished and not having all the things that your body thrives on, from vitamins and minerals to omega-3, 6, and 9, to different herbs and essential oils that really feed the body, support the nervous system, support the cardiovascular system, help your immunity, the function of your major organs, your immune, fight or flight responses, all of those things. If you have never tried Lifelong Vitality, just know that you can take it for 30 days. And if you don't like the way it makes you feel, or if you didn't notice the changes that you wanted to, you can get your money back. That's how much doTERRA stands by this product. But it is an incredible, baseline for hitting anything that would be ongoing. Essential oils are amazing for helping you deal with symptoms from a natural point of view, from a natural standpoint. But if you really want to target your health in a way that is long-term and rebuilds your body from the ground up, you really want to look at supplements. And I can't say more good things about Lifelong Vitality. And the last thing I'll say about it that I love is that they're really easy to take. These are loosely packed vitamins, and when you tip your head forward with a mouthful of water, they will all just like float, and then you can swallow them down in one take, and it's not a huge deal. It's not like taking a big horse pill. For people that have a hard time with capsules, Lifelong Vitality is great, and those loosely packed vitamins mean that your body is actually able to absorb the nutrients from them, so that you don't just like pass all of those different ingredients and they end up in the sewer and they turn your pee yellow. That's not this, okay? This is something that your body can break down easily, and that's why you will take multiples, because they're loosely packed in those veggie capsules. All right, let's get to the last part of this, which is basically how do you reorder and what are your options? So you want frequent flyer miles, right? Probably someone told you, like, after you enroll, I'll let you know this information. You can opt in so that the more you buy, the more points you get, and then you can use those points to redeem them on free product at any point. So that's what doTERRA offers. They have a frequent flyer miles program, and I want to tell you what the details are. Okay, it's called Loyalty Rewards, also known as LRP. So LRP stands for Loyalty Rewards Program. So if you're somebody who wants to get, rewarded, then this is your ticket to earning frequent flyer miles. It may be for you if you have a rewards card to swipe at every single grocery store in town. I know those people, every time you go somewhere, you've got some little card on your keychain because you always want the deal. You want to get rewarded for shopping. You love the idea of earning enough sky miles to fly completely free. Very few things feel that gratifying. If you're somebody who you find that you use your doTERRA oils and your supplements and your everyday products enough to purchase just one item a month, it is 100% worth it for you to be on LRP, and I'll explain why. And also, if you're somebody who wants to watch your points add up in a bank, and then you can redeem those points on whatever you want, that is the option that you have if you choose LRP. So when you are on an LRP, you order 50 PV a month if you want to keep going up the scale. You don't have to order 50 PV each month, but every time you do, you keep graduating up a scale of points back. So everybody starts out at 10%, as you can see there, from months 1 to 3. So just for easy numbers, if you were to place an order that was 100 PV, you would get 10% or 10 points back in a cart, right? You get 10 points in your LRP point bank. And then the more that you order loyally, you just keep graduating all the way up that chain until you cap out at 30%. So now for somebody like me, if I were to place a 100 PV order, I get 30 points. I get 30% of that order back in a bank. And that is the best way to save up for items on your wish list. If you have something that you want to order, you can save up your points toward it, and then you can redeem them at any point for skincare or laundry detergent or, you know, myrrh or helichrysum, something on your wish list. So this is the option there for you. Anytime you order 50 PV or more, you keep going up to scale. If you don't order 50 PV, you don't fall back down, you don't lose your points, you don't get disqualified, you simply stay where you are. So if you're in month 8 and you're earning 20% back, and then you go through a period of time where you only order like a lip balm, and then the next month you just order a toothpaste, you're just gonna stay at 20%. You're not gonna keep graduating. And then the next month you're like, hey, I'm out of my supplements and I'm out of On Guard, and I need breathe drops, and I want to try the On Guard throat drops, and you've got a big order, it's well over 50 PV, that's when you're going to keep bumping up. Okay. And then just to reiterate, to be clear, you only need 1 PV. So one product can be in your cart each month to keep your LRP open or active. And that can just be whatever you need. Sometimes you might only need a few things, and that's absolutely fine. So it's very flexible. And then if you're one of those people who orders 125 PV, make sure you do it before the 15th of the month. People love to be what's called a member of the Product of the Month Club, because then you're going to get a free bottle of oil every time you place 125 PV order before the 15th of the month each month. doTERRA will just put it in your cart. You don't need to find it. And it's a surprise. We don't know what it is going to be until they announce it at the beginning of each month. So this is really, really nice option. If you were to have, 120 points in your cart on the 6th, it's really worth it to me to add like, a tube of toothpaste or a pack of gum to my loyalty rewards order and bump it up to 125 PV so that I can get that free product of the month. A lot of times those products will be things that you would have never even thought to purchase yourself. So it's a great way to add oils to your stash. And then this is exactly what it's going to look like for you to log in and reorder as a brand newbie. The first thing you're going to do is go to doTERRA.com, and you're going to need your ID number, which will be in an email that doTERRA generated to you when you enrolled, as well as your password. Maybe that was chosen for you, maybe you chose it, but you need those 2 things. You just enter those. It's going to take you into your cart, and this is what it's going to look like. It's going to say, okay, you're ready to reorder. Do you want to create a new LRP, or do you want to create a one-time order? So if you were brand new and you had never heard this information, like me, I would probably be like, I don't know what LRP means, so I'm going to choose one-time order because I understand that. But now you know what an LRP is. And if you ever intend on ordering just one product a month going forward, it makes a ton of sense to have your LRP so that you can earn points back. A one-time order is exactly what it sounds like it is. You don't earn any points back for the product that you buy. Okay, and then you're going to select a date. So when you go to create your LRP, you select a date. You'll notice that the ones in purple are purple because they're like ding, ding, ding. You qualify to get a free product. Okay, so if you place your LRP order during those date ranges, it's before the 15th. If you have 125 PV or more in your cart, you'll get that free product of the month. The dates in black are also available, but they're black because it just is going to show you, okay, you're out of the range of that like free product. The dates in gray are simply based on where you live. The distribution center just isn't taking more LRPs at that time. So you're just going to choose one of those available dates to you, and then you'll get that wellness box on the date that you choose each month. All right. And then you're just going to add products to your cart. This is really easy. You can simply go to the quick add and type it in, and it will drop down and you can populate that right to your cart. Every single month I go in and I add all the stuff I'm out of, and then I take out the products that I don't need. And that's how I keep my LRP active. And then I can just save changes. I don't have to process that right away. And I can edit my cart all month, knowing that my order is going to process at the beginning of the next month. And then you don't have to order the same thing every single month. Obviously, you're going to change it based on what you need and what you want. So add your new products from your wish list onto your cart. And maybe, you know, your husband is like, I want to try the Lifelong Vitality too. So you add that to your cart and then you save changes. And then you're like, okay, now I need to remember what are the oils that I need. I want to get cinnamon and I want to try cardamom. And then I need to put some veggie caps on my order. And then I'm going to take out, you know, the stuff that I got last month, and then save those changes. And then your order will process on the date that you chose. And it's really flexible. You can change your ship date. You can change the products in your cart and still earn points. And then this was just an example of all those items that I suggested today, things that you might want to add to your wish list, like Serenity and throat drops, the Lifelong Vitality for sure. What have you got to lose? And then a good carrier oil. I always want people to have that. If you were to add all of this to your cart, it's a 139 PV. So it shows you like just how easy it is to hit that mark. And if I were to process this order before the 15th of the month, I would get a free product of the month, whatever it is. Okay, so just some parting tips on reordering. Set your date before the 15th, because then when your cart is 125 or more, you'll get a free oil. Number 2, doTERRA will send you an email 2 days before your LRP processes, and you can also opt into a text reminder, and they'll say, hey, Betsy, your order is going to ship in 2 days, and this is what's in your cart. So if you haven't been on top of it and you don't really know, it's a great reminder to be like, oh yeah, if I don't change this, I'm going to get the same lavender, lemon, peppermint laundry detergent from last month. It's going to send it to me again. Okay, so it's just like an auto ship wellness box. And each month you take out what you don't want, you put in what you do want, and you get something fresh sent to you. When your points add up, you can redeem your points and get free product on your order at the same time. Number 3, order what you would have spent at Target or Amazon or whatever for things like supplements and household basics, and then you can earn points back on them and put that toward an oil on your wish list. Number 4, to advance in earnings, don't order below 50 PV. So just spread your orders out. If you're not totally sure, keep your cart at 50 or more if you want to keep graduating up that percentage back. If you always want the product of the month, keep your cart at 125 PV or more. And then lastly, process order now is always an option for you, just so you know you're never locked in to the date that you chose. If you were like, I'm going on a trip and I need to order my supplements right now, you can just go into your LRP and you can, you know, edit your cart accordingly. And then instead of hitting save, you can hit process now, and then those products will get on their way to you immediately. Okay. All right, that's it. That's in the end of this presentation. The rest of that is just some personal team events coming up, but I hope you enjoyed that presentation. And this to me is exactly what you need to go forward in terms of feeling like you're really empowered with the essential oils that you do have, and you have a good, clear game plan for what to do going forward as far as reordering. All right, bye everybody.